Alright, you boss, it is Some-Belgian-prepper, and today I want to talk about something that might sound a little bit weird. And that is a certain site that I usually look on for to learn things on. And before we do that, if you're interested in detective stories, the first book I wrote is in the. There's a link in the description called Bloody Crosses. It's in Dutch. If you're interested, take a look. So, what am I talking about? There is something I like to do, and that is looking at. It's not perhaps the I don't know what the real term is for this kind of videos, but it's like gore videos that they called. And usually these are videos about that are put into one site that are security videos, body cam videos, videos made with cell phones from several things like accidents, crimes, war from real war footage, and from criminals. All those kind of videos into one site. And this particular site is called chaotic.com with a K. And I like to watch these videos not because it's intriguing, and not because I enjoy it, but I like to watch it because you can learn so much from this. Because these kind of videos, they are usually they are that is reality. So yeah, I like it because I learn how things really work. If you learn the news, if you read the news, you usually don't get to see these videos. They just tell you about it, or in the best case, they censor it or block it with some visual things. And I don't like that because I want to see reality. I want to see how people react. I want to see how it could be prevented. I want to see how things turn out when some certain things happens. And yeah, usually these are very gory things, but like I said, it's reality, and it's helping with preparedness. I would say it's not really about scaring the living shit out of you, although for a lot of people this could be the case, but it's also a little bit of desensitizing. I don't say you don't have to become full desensitizing about this, but I found it interesting that the more you watch these videos, the more you are desensitized, and the more if something would really happen, you will have already some mentally preparedness to those situations, to certain wounds, to certain aggression from people, uh, to something that you know how things could work out because you've seen it before, and that will help you be more mentally prepared when a certain situation of is happening or shit hit a fan. And I'm going to react to some videos. I'm not going to react to all of them. I'm going to react to the videos that are new today. But I will not show you because YouTube doesn't like this kind of thing that you show gory stuff. So I will just describe you, and I will take some random videos, and perhaps you can hear the sound of it. And I will describe what you can see just to make sure that you know what kind of site this is. All right, there is a wounded Russian soldier in a trench. You see the view from a drone. He's clearly wounded. I'm going to pause to describe the situation. What you see now is a wounded soldier. We usually see in the movie soldiers who, oh, I'm wounded, but I will toughen it out. No, this is a human being taken out of the fight. I see he's wounded at his arm. I can see he's wearing a tourniquet, also one tourniquet on his leg. So he must be waiting. They must be waiting him out to be evacuated. A cas evac, like they called a casual evacuation. And he's seeing really pale, so he lost a lot of blood, and there is not much movement around him. He's actually making a praying motion, I see. And oh, right, yeah. Drone threw a grenade. Dropped a grenade. You can see it falling right next to him, and he's dead in a not really uh, comfortable position. And this is like what I'm talking about. This is reality. This is a person in all kind of ways laying down dead, wounded, battered, all fucked up. And yeah, this is reality. people who say war, I would go to war and just be the bravest soldier, and I would take care of shit. No, that is reality. This was a person who had a family, probably a girlfriend at home, perhaps even children. He had a plans for the future. He had hobbies, and now he's just literally half a human laying in a ditch, wounded after a lot of suffering. And yeah, this is something that you will see, especially in worse situations. And yeah, it's not a pretty sight, but this is reality. This is unfiltered. Let's go to the next video. Let's see what's happening around here. This is something about police. They're getting out of the car.
Police, you're under arrest! Stop, police! Stop, police! Drop the gun! Drop the gun right now!
Oh boy.
Get the gun out of your hand!
Alright, like you probably heard, this is from the body cam of a police officer. This American police officer, he got an MP7 machine pistol, and yeah, that's some heavy machinery that they are carrying. And you saw some guy, I don't know, I think it was a bank robber, or I don't know what he has done. I have not read the story on it yet, but what I could see is the police running after him. They're pointing the weapons at him, and they say, drop the gun, but the guy is just keeping running away and looking around with a gun pointing at all sides, and yeah, they shot him. And we can learn a few things from this. The first thing is, many people would say, the first reaction would be, why didn't he surrender? Well, I'm going to get to that point, but first thing I want to say is, if somebody with a gun is close to you, pointing a gun at you, especially when they are police or military and they say, stand still, drop the gun, do it. Do not point your gun around. Just be calm, drop the gun, and it's better. I know you were probably in a panic, and that's the point that I'm going to make now. When you're in a panic, you do irrational stuff, and this guy acted irrational by pointing his gun around while police were giving him orders and pointing guns at him with multiple people, and that got him killed. Humans usually have three reactions. They got a fight, flight, or freeze reaction. This guy had the flight reaction that you could see, that he was not ready to fight back, but he was looking around for a way out to run in this parking lot. And yeah, that's something you can learn from. And if you are training yourself to be in more stressful situations, you can perhaps get a better grip in high stressful situations, that you will make better split-second decisions. Perhaps this is something that you can learn in something like Krav Maga, where you get perhaps attacked by multiple persons, and the first thing you have to do is be aware of your surroundings and find an exit before you are being blocked and you have to fight. And it is something that we can see from this. And yeah, it's not a pretty sight, but it's one of those videos. Let's see, what's another thing? Okay, this seems a little bit. Alright, we see a woman taking her clothes off in the middle of a street full of people, next to stores. She's angry at certain persons. She's trying to... She seeks beef with one of the women over there. She's challenging people to fight. She's running away and parading around naked. She seems proud. Police is coming. Alright, the video ended, but that is something that you will probably see in places where, in especially in big cities, there is something about the crazies in big cities. They are the top of the cream on the crazy scale, I would say. I don't know why she took her clothes off. I don't know why she challenged certain people while she was naked, but probably it has probably something to do with drugs, mental health problems, or just batshit crazy shit. But if you encounter certain people, I've been encountering this kind of persons, and the thing is, don't react. Just don't react. Keep an eye on them, and just walk away. You cannot reason with these people. From the moment you say something back, they will take it as an offense, and they will start to get more aggressive, and they will start to have a more an eye on you. Just walk away. Don't react, and just keep an eye in case they are running after you or they are getting a weapon out or whatever. Don't deal with crazy people, even though you have done nothing wrong, even though you have every right to be somewhere. If one of those people is starting to seek trouble, don't get involved, I would say. Unless they are attacking a third person, I would say try to help them perhaps. But if one person is facing you personally, it's not worth it. Don't let them get into your ego. Don't try to be clever or try to help the situation because these people cannot be reasoned with. Just call the police, I would say, after you are a little bit in safety, in case they are starting to harass some other people. And don't ever let them get near you. From the moment they are stepping in your personal zone, give them warning then that don't touch me or I will fuck you up. That's should be a warning, but say it in a way. Don't like, oh, I'm gonna fuck you up. No, be calm, be serious. Make sure with every fiber of your body that you will make sure that if you touch me, I will strike back. Make sure that they will. The even a crazy person with a reptile brain, the reptile brain is still functioning. They must have a sense of this person means business. He's not just posing or just being a pussy, acting like he's a tough guy. He's the real deal. That's something that you need to what's the word, to give to your surroundings. That look, I don't look for any trouble, but if you give me trouble, I will give it back 2 times harder. Uh, all right, we see what is another video about this. It's something about a truck around here. Let's see. We see a dash cam from a car. Red light. Oh no. Mm. Oh shit. All right. What we saw is um, where people are crosswalking. Uh, the car stopped for a pedestrian that is getting over. From the other side, a truck was coming. The person who was walking over, he was just walking over. He saw the truck coming, but instead of waiting till the truck passed, he was trying to run faster, and he got hit by the truck. And I think he's got between the wheels. I hope he did not hit the backside of the wheels, but if you're this is just EDC survival, I would say. That is the moment that you're wherever you're crossing the street, always look to the left, to the right, and even if people letting you pass over, just say thank you, and while you say, like, with your hand, like, thank you, you make sure that they have seen it. That way, he's just not stopping for to looking at his cell phone and driving through. That you know that, oh, he saw me, he stopped for me, that you're sure, and you pass over. And the moment you see something fast coming, it's like just like trains. It comes faster at you than you would be able to cross. So just back up, and if the person don't get feel guilty if the person that is waiting for you, that he's getting annoyed that you take longer. It's not worth it for that little bit of guilt to be run over by a truck that is not able break. So yeah, it is actually survival for everyday scenarios, war, criminality, and yeah, accidents. All right, here we see this seems like a street fight video. Mm, oh no, it's a compilation of street fights, robberies. All right, what I saw already was some guy got knocked out by another guy. They were in a fight, and when the guy was down, the guy would pull out a gun and just executed the guy on the street. And it is the reason why I say whatever the person did is like the same thing I said before with the crazy persons. If somebody is acting up to you, acting aggressive, try don't get involved. Even if you think I'm a big guy, I know of martial arts. I used to be a military police officer or something. If you think I can beat this guy, no problem. Don't let your ego get away, and don't fight because this guy thought he could fight him. He got knocked on the ground by, it seems a little bit like a lucky punch, and the moment he was down, the person took out his gun and shot. That was just an asshole, but it could also be that you beat the guy down, and the moment he's down, he's feeling, oh shit, I'm going to lose the fight. Whether it is ego or whether he feels that like you're going to do the same to him, because that's perhaps the mentality he's got. When he's down and you're towering over him, he can grab a knife or a gun and shoot you or stab you because he felt that he's losing and that's bad for his honor, or whether he was feeling scared that you were going to do something that he would do to you the same. So yeah, that's bad. Another thing that I saw was two people mugging a woman, but they seem like they are only after her purse. But this guy is pulling at the purse, dragging the woman literally over the floor. Her clothes are being teared by the ground, and the woman is not letting go. If somebody is mugging you, whether they are armed or unarmed, if they, I would say, just try first in the first place, try to run away. If you cannot run away, like this woman, she was surrounded by two people. I don't know if they are armed or not, but she will not let go of the purse. Just give them what they want in that moment. I know because you are in this situation, you are outnumbered. These are bigger guys, from what I see, um, and how do you say this? They are probably armed, perhaps, so it's not worth it. It's not worth the money, I would say. Just hand your purse over and try to run away, or throw the purse a little bit further away from them, so they have to choose between picking up the purse or getting to you first. And usually they are after the money. Uh, some people get punched. Oh no, some guy got. I think this is more of a gang thing where a guy was ready to get into his car. Some guy got behind him and shot him in the back. If you're involved in crime-ridden area where there are a lot of muggings, robberies, or if you're involved with people, bad people like this, I would say move to a more safer place, or always be aware of your surrounding, because yeah, there was not much this guy could do to prevent this happening. It was in the back like a coward. But these things happens. All right, we saw some people giving CPR, and that's something that you rarely see after the fight. That some people, there were actually people around him. They were first, because the fight was happening, they were going away. But from the moment the threat was gone, the aggressor was gone, these people helped the victim and they started to check for vital signs. They checked for the heartbeat and they started to. What I saw was one of the guys was giving a heart massage while the other was calling was calling the paramedics or something. That's good. That's actually teamwork. If you have some first aid lessons that you got, I would say you do the CPR because you have the medical knowledge, and you say to one of the bystanders, you call the paramedics so you don't have to waste time and you can keep the guy alive. What is happening around here? Another gang shooting. Alright. These are yet again crazy people. One guy started smacking a police officer who was just with a partner eating something. And yeah. Why? Did this just. I'm going to another video because it is a little bit long. I will watch one more thing and now I will end the video. What is another thing around here? A lot of crazy people, it seems. That is something with a vehicle accident, it seems. Let's see. A lot of motorcycles on this road. It seems like it's in India. Oh no! Mm. Okay, so what happened is this was a dash cam. You saw a lot of motorcycles and you saw the car always uh, because it's India, so they're driving to the left side of the road. It seems the car was always trying to pass by every motorcycle, and at one time when he was in the middle, one motor guy smacked in the front of the car, and unfortunately there was a child involved. So I think the child was okay because he was in the car, but the guy with the motorcycle he got smashed into the window. And it is actually one of my biggest fears to have a traffic accident. So that's why I'm hyper focused always when I'm driving. But because these people, I'm not talking about Indian people, but these people in general, they are so used to driving that they are running on an automatic. How do you say this? It's like when you drive to work. If it's probably something that a lot of people have the same thing in common. If you drive to your work, you will be relaxed, less alert because you've done this route so many times that it's going automatic. You go into a sort of sleep. You almost like you start, you drive. It's like you're going to a sleep while you are awake, daydreaming, and you wake up when you arrive at your destination because it's almost like an automatic pilot that you're driving. I have something like this, but if you do this in with a lot of unpredictable places like busy highways in the cities, or where there's a lot of motorcycles who do a lot of moving around on certain places because they can. I would say it's try to stay alert whether you've done your route thousands of times because otherwise you will make one mistake and it will cost someone's life on a motorcycle. So yeah, it is uh, hard to watch, but we learn so much from these videos. And I hate this is actually why I hate censoring things because this site was always taken down because of all this content. But I would say share these comments, share this content so other people will learn from other people's mistake. And yeah, face reality is the message of this video. I've been long enough on this, so I hope you learned something from this video. Kabeltek.com written with a K. If you're interested in this site, you learn a lot from this, and I hope you will never have to be in one of these videos. So like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Cheers.